Mark, Innisfil is all over the place. It's up, it's down, it's here, it's there. It's all over the place.
It is. And what we found in September is transactions were down from the previous month, but we're still a positive. So that's a plus. It's still in the right direction. Last month they did good, a little bit off the numbers, but I believe anything in a positive right now is outstanding, right? In this video, we're going to go through the inventory levels, what we see. We're going to talk about the kind of listings, and we're going to give a breakdown, which is really important for the viewers to see where the sales were. And really pay attention close to those inventory numbers because we're going to break them down with the amount of sales that are actually selling out of some high numbered price points.
Yeah. And at the end, we'll go over when the next couple rate hikes are and see if it will make
Yeah,
a difference.
yeah, I agree. I think there's some chat to go on about that. Okay, let's see them.
Ah, poop. There we go. So, Mark, this is the Innisfil numbers here. September 30 update. 56 sales this year, 51 last year. So we're up 8.9%, which is good because it's up.
Oh, yeah, I agree. It's up.
But
It's
as you
pop.
can see, like the problem is we were up 19, we were down 19 and a half.
It's a big number.
That's a huge number. Then we went up 3.5. We went up 11. We thought, oh, we're on an upward trend. But now we came back down a little bit, right?
Trend's still there though, right? I think if it went, maybe 3% or 4%, we could have broke it. But I think, really it's 9%, right? We got one more transaction, two more transactions there would have been flat. But I still think that the positivity is still there, right? And it's
Yes.
no different than, you know what I mean, where we didn't really see that in other markets and we saw it in Innisfil. So, three positive, months.
Still good.
Still, it's great. It's outstanding.
And
Because
our inventory was 320 last year and it's 421 this year. So we're up 24%. But the
yeah,
other thing is we're seeing a little bit of a downward trend because it was 25, 23 and a half, then 24 and a half. Like it's not going upward.
no, it's not. It's still
Still
there's
shitty.
still a lot of inventory that you know what I mean. Hey, who knows the inventory the best are the buyers. They tell you, you
Yes,
ever work with buyers, go, oh yeah, I've looked at this house. Yeah, we see the same thing. Yeah, we're seeing prices, we're seeing this. They're experts at it. They know what's going on. They see it,
for sure.
right? So I think sellers need to pay attention to that because I really believe the numbers are staggering when we come to inventory levels.
They are. I'm trying to get me right in the middle. This little touchpad thing is enough to drive. Oh,
Right there.
there. Yeah, but then as soon as I let it go, Mark, it moved, you know?
So what's year to date numbers here? What's this 529?
Okay, so the year to date, we're only down 3.1, and this has been a steady decline too. So last year, 546, this year, 529.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was down by 8%, then 6.5, then 4.6, and now 3.1. We're catching up.
There was a couple positive months for sure. And we just did Barrie and Barrie's down 6% and Innisfil's down 3.1%. That's on transactions. Okay. Again, we keep talking about numbers and prices and stuff like that. And when we see something priced properly for today's market, it sells. No matter what, it sells.
Well, and
Maybe
the
it's
average
in the
price
plus
is not,
range.
the average price isn't plummeting either.
Yeah,
We
and I
know,
don't.
listen, we know that those are skewed anyway, but
Yeah,
we're not seeing a giant plummet in those things either.
we're not. But I really believe we could see a lot more transactions if properties were better priced. So enough of that because I
You want to
talked
see our
about
little
it.
breakdown?
Yes.
So between 5 and 6, 4 sales last year, 7.
And there's not a lot of inventory in that range.
There's only 9, and
Yeah.
it's a 43% decrease, but
Right.
it's because there's not a lot there.
No product.
6 to 7, 18 active. This year, 8. Last year, only 4. We're up 50%.
Right. And are those 18 only? So that's a pretty low range for the community, right? There could be some vacant land or some other rundown places possibly, but when you look at it, 50% of the inventory level is only selling. And wait till we go to the bigger numbers. It's staggering.
Yeah, but I'm happy with 50% selling.
Yeah.
It's better
Well,
than what the hell it has been.
yeah, but I keep
Not
questioning
horrible.
the level of listings to sales, right? That's a number that I pay close attention to.
Well,
We
me
know
too. And this would mean you would only have 2 months of inventory, which isn't a lot.
no, no. I question why
So
half isn't selling. But anyway,
yeah. Well, who knows though? Like that, because that's the other thing. They could have been listed. Like when we're doing a snapshot in time, that's all we're doing. It's like in accounting, when you're doing a snapshot in time and the next day you could have $1 million worth of sales. We're in the same boat. I mean, some of these listings between I gotta plug my computer in. Some of these listings between 7 and 8, how do we know how long they've even been out there? Like some of them could have been out there a week. Like we don't know yet, right?
yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. I know. It's just the pricing, folks. Price it properly.
Okay, I'm plugged in.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, now we're gonna get all this silly things up here. Hold on,
I
quick.
don't see anything up there right now. It's
Oh,
good.
see, they're coming up for me, eh?
Yeah, I don't see them.
8 to 9, 7 sales last year, 7 this year, 46 active and zero change.
Okay, so in that seven, give me let's see.
This is 8 to 9.
Okay. So 15% of the inventory is selling. Go. I just want to let the viewers know.
Well, the other thing is we're getting at the point that's like 6 months worth, over it's six and a
Yeah.
half months worth of
Yeah.
inventory.
Like in the 8 to 9 range, right?
Yep.
Not too many opportunities there. The
No,
number,
and you know what's funny? The 9 to 1 million, 9 this year, 7 last year. That's a 22% increase. It's small, but 49 actives.
yeah, 18% of the inventory selling.
But
80,
that's 5.5 months inventory. So it's not 7.5 like the one above. It's actually a little bit better, 5.5.
and when we look at these numbers compared to the Barry one, it's very similar in the inventory in their price ranges where the amount of inventory is. We've
Yeah,
seen a lot of growth in Barry inventory in those 8 to 9 range, even 7 to 8. We've seen those three ranges grow and grow.
yeah.
No different here.
And over 1 million, believe it or not, 17 last year, 17 this year.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
change.
yeah. Well,
Still got 177 listings,
that's the thing. That's the thing. What was it last month? Do you know? Do we have?
which is 10. No,
We got. Let's
because
keep.
this we don't keep on a rolling scale, right?
Maybe next time. Maybe. Yeah, I
You
know.
can't
Yeah,
because
I
like
know.
I would need spreadsheets for every single thing as
Yeah,
long as your arm to keep every single
I get
month
it.
there, right?
I get it. I get it. I get it. But again, the same story in Innisfil, right? Tons of inventory over 1 million.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you
Ton-
can see here, Mark, is the actives. Our actives went from 388 to 421.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's it's almost 40, right?
No, yeah, close to it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. New
And
listing.
most of them are, where most of them are.
We know where they are. It's a million
Yeah,
and
they're
over.
they're, they're in the higher price range,
Yep. It is. It is.
right?
No, it is.
I
Well,
mean, I think that in Innisfil, it is, I mean, the prices are higher.
well, they are. And I'm glad it was a positive. Feds come out with that new rule, 30-year amortization. We're seeing a bit of it. I've had some clients that are taking advantage of that. So is that the reason for the surge? Could be part of it.
Hmm.
But those closing dates got to match and close after December 14th. But it's going to get going. And I think as we progress through more rate announcements, I think we're going to see more people go, okay, now it's time.
I'm going to share that in a minute. One thing I want to explain to people, I've had a lot of buyers, Mark, call
Mm-hmm.
and talk about, um, okay, well, I would like, I don't know if I want to be in a city like Barrie, but I'd like Innisfil, or if I
Mm-hmm.
can't afford Innisfil, I'll take Alliston or Bradford. Okay. The rule of thumb is the more south you go, the higher the price.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bradford is more money than Innisfil. Innisfil is more money than Barrie. Barrie
Yeah.
is more money than Aurelia. Going
Yep.
to Alliston and Schaumburg and Cookstown isn't saving you any money. It's higher over there because it's closer to the city.
Yep. Yep.
So the rule of thumb is the more north you go, the cheaper it's going to get.
Absolutely it is. Yep.
And it's been kind of driving me crazy because people think Innisfil is way cheaper than Barrie because
Yeah.
I guess because they assume it's a small town.
Right. I think that's what the perception is. Right. And then they start looking at realtor.ca and go, because there's a lot of big homes down there. The makeup of the community is gigantic
Different.
two-story, 2,700 square feet and above, right? Priced over 1 million and above. That's the community. That's the big subdivisions there,
And
right?
they're not putting in concentrated, there's land in Innisfil.
Yeah, there
They're
is.
not putting in concentrated stacked townhouses anywhere there.
No, no,
Nowhere.
no, no.
They're all big homes.
Yep.
They're
Yep.
all like big, beautiful builds.
Yep. They're
And
big.
and most of them you've been in some. Like they're done wonderfully.
Yeah, they're done nice. Oh no,
Yeah.
there's some nice properties. Let's take a look at the rate, give the viewers the rate information and have a little
Oh, and
chat.
that was another thing my client was talking about a rental. He
Right.
goes, well, is Innisfil and Barrie, maybe I should rent there instead of Toronto. And I was telling him how much a full house is. He goes, well, I can rent that in Toronto. And I'm like, yeah, you can.
I know. Rents are
We're not
crazy.
cheap for rent, Mark.
No, we're not. No. Rents are gonna go up 10% next year, they think, maybe 15. That's crazy.
It is crazy. Okay, so the schedule is for the rest of the year, Mark, we have two. Wednesday, October 23rd and Wednesday, December 11th.
Yep. Okay. Imagine if they're so imagine if they'd go, half a point, half a point. That's a full point down. And it is possible. And
I
then we're getting
was
into
told
a spring market in January, February, March.
I was told in October they might do a 0.5.
Yeah, oh, I know.
And
That's
if
what,
they do another one in December of 0.25, like holy crap.
yeah, no, there could be some wins, right? We could see the market start again. I, again, if we're going back to look at history, yes, it goes, but I just don't think it's going to go like it did in, the COVID days,
It's
right?
not.
It's not going to. It's going to take time. And, I think if people are looking at the listing the properties, still be realistic in pricing it for the market. Hey, if the market changes, then go with the market. The pricing is going to tell you, right?
Yes.
That's the key. Instead of listing to what is listed in the area, look at listed what versus sold in the area. There's the key for pricing. So
That's right. And you know what, too? I mean, if you're not getting showings and interest that you have to do something.
yeah, you got to,
You can't
especially
just sit there
now.
and
You
do nothing.
can't just sit there and do nothing.
And
No.
if you don't really want to sell, and I said this in another video, if you're just testing the market and you're just throwing a price on there, well, if I get this, I'll move.
Yeah.
Don't waste everybody's time.
Don't, because it's not going to go nowhere. It's not going to go
And
nowhere. It's going
and
to,
Mark, let's be real. It's not even wasting. It's not about wasting our time. You know how much work it is to list a house, to clean a house, to
oh,
do the
it's
showings. Oh my God. How many times were
great.
you losing your mind at Brown Bear because it was
Fun.
dirty
You're busy all the time, keeping it the way it is. You know
and
what I
your
mean?
daughter isn't cleaning her room
Yeah.
and
Yeah. It goes
you're
on and on and on and
and you're
on.
fighting with everybody to keep their stuff clean and
Yeah. I know. It's a lot of work, right? In this, we're not there in this market. So
no, it is a lot of work. If you don't like if you're not really motivated to do it, then and to actually sell and be aggressive, then
mhm.
it's not the market to do it. There's too many listings out there.
There's a lot of inventory. And I don't know if people are looking at that. I really don't think
They're not.
people are looking at the amount of inventory, or are the agents going to these appointments today breaking it down like we just did? No.
No.
They're coming in, they're saying, you know what, this is on the street, this is listed on the street, there's a bit of competition, but you know what, I think we should list here without, that means nothing, right? That means nothing. Imagine going to a listing appointment, we just showed the seller and we're going to list something in Innisfil in the million and over range. Oh, by the way, there's 177 listings. Oh, by the way, seven of them have sold. 9% of the product is turning over month to month. And that's been consistently all year. Wow. they're not going to feel good about it, but that's the reality. And we can back it up like every month to show them what's going on, right? How many times have we seen price change over price change, relist, relist, relist? Boom, multiple times because things weren't
Yeah.
done.
Well, and that one property I was telling you about this weekend, when I called the agent and said that, my client would be interested in putting in this number, would you guys even sign back? She said no.
No.
She said, if we've already had offers, she said, higher than that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And it's a different, unique property from what you told me about. You know,
It's going to be a specific buyer, though.
it is. It is. Who's willing to pay the money?
Mm-hmm.
He wants that. It's not everybody,
Nope.
right? So, they've had interest on it and they've turned down offers, and maybe it's priced right. Maybe it's found the right buyer.
Exactly.
Those properties are hard to price right. They're hard because there's not a lot of sales.
There's no comparables. I mean, I looked all over for the last year, even. I can't find anything that compares.
No, no. So it's tough. Are they the right price? We don't know. You don't know, right? But
No,
if
I
right,
don't. You can't even tell because
it's tough.
when you're in a concentrated area where all your sales are subdivision homes, and then you have one that has acreage with a smaller house, and and you can't even find anything like that at all. What's the value on it? Maybe somebody would pay for it. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. And maybe it would take time, a little bit of time. So maybe that kind of property tested a bit because it's hard. Yeah, that'd be a test property. But an
Yeah,
ordinary subdivision where there's comparable sales, no, you got to go off the comparable sales.
exactly.
Okay, well, I think we've covered Innisfil off. I think we've, positive for Innisfil 3 months in a row.
Not
No,
bad.
not bad. Seen some right pathways. So way to
Hopefully
go.
it keeps going.
Yep. Okay. Remember, if people want any information on this real estate market in Simcoe County, reach out to Dan and myself and hit the subscribe and like button for more information on the markets. Okay.
Perfect.
See ya.
Yeah.